Non-Halton Region Manager, Entrepreneurship and Innovation.
If the voice sounds familiar, it's because it's the man behind VoicePrint, Cliff Lowe, a longtime community volunteer of TV Cogeco and a former U.S. military veteran.
I sometimes have a bit of a hard time on Remembrance Day because it makes me think about things and think about people that have gone or people that I lost when I was in the military. When you think about all the years and all the people who sacrificed lives and limbs and everything else, that it's very appropriate to have something like that, eh?
Cliff was in the U.S. Army in the 1960s. He served in Vietnam. He recalls a nighttime reconnaissance mission that didn't go exactly as planned.
And we were on the way back, and the guy in front of me, we were kind of coming around the bend. It was the only thing I think that really saved my butt. He stepped on a landmine, and they had mines over there. They called them bouncing Betsies or bouncing Bettys. And when you would step on it, it would trigger an explosion and kick it up, and it'd come up about chest high, and then it would blow up. So it blew him all to pieces. And the only thing basically left were his boots with his feet on them. And I picked up some shrapnel, for one thing. But I was married to a woman at that time who had asthma really bad, and she got to the point she was near death. And I was her only support. Her family was gone. She didn't have anybody. So they discharged me early to take her back where she could get medical treatment and everything.
No ego in you.
After being discharged earlier than expected, the U.S. vet made his way to Georgetown after marrying his current wife, Michelle. She believes her husband downplays his time serving.
I think it's amazing what any veteran has done for all of us for our freedom, whether we're here or in America. It represents the same thing. We wouldn't have what we have today if they hadn't have done what they did. And I don't like how he minimizes it, that he wasn't there as long as everybody else. You know, he was only there just over 2 years, and in Vietnam 3 months as opposed to 3 years or what have you, because the impact is there. It made the impact on him.
Though Cliff has worked out most of his post-traumatic stress issues, they still affect him from time to time.
But it was 4th of July. I was driving down this road, goes down by the river, they call it River Road. And some kids on the side of the road, I think they had cherry bombs, I'm not sure. But they set those cherry bombs off, or whatever it was. It made a hell of a loud bang. And all of a sudden, I wasn't driving the car anymore. I was back in the jungles. And it was all very clear and very vivid. I was there with the other guys, and we were back in the jungle. We had all our battle gear on. And I don't know how long I was that way, but I came to myself a mile or two down the road, and I was still driving the car. I don't know how you do that, how one part of you can do one thing and your conscious mind somewhere else.
No comment.
Now retired, the Kentucky native spends his days taking care of his family and learning to deal with Canadian winters.
Sometimes when in the middle of the winter, when it's really cold and ice is all over the ground, I tease her and tell her I should have married a Mexican.
For Halton Insider, I'm Hayden Orion.